Henry Cejudo just told Kamaru Usman not to get too hyped if Jack Della Maddalena wins this fight against Islam Makhachev. Henry says if JDM comes out on top, Kamaru's path to the next title shot could get complicated, especially because Islam has already stated he wants to fight the Nigerian Nightmare next, while Jack hasn't committed to any specific challenge. The two went deep into the fight breakdown, highlighting how JDM is seriously being slept on. Both believe he's more dangerous than most give him credit for, capable of pushing Islam in ways fans might not expect. Adding to the buzz, Max Holloway predicted a surprising third-round knockout from Maddalena over Makhachev. Max explained that while everyone says Islam never tires, fights show otherwise. He believes the Aussie champ will methodically wear Islam down, eventually finding that perfect shot to exploit his chin. The implication is clear. The welterweight and lightweight divisions could be about to get a major shakeup, and Jack Della Maddalena might be the key player nobody saw coming. Leave your final predictions for this fight in the comments below. Now let's dive in.
This is a closer fight than most people think, but if you had to say, looking at the fights where one guy has a bigger advantage, it would be Islam in the grappling aspect. If Islam is capable of, if Islam is able to get this fight down to the canvas, I think that's where he shines, because we know if Islam jumps on the front headlock, it's a long day for a lot of people.
If he's sane, there's something of, if the wrestling don't work, I'm like, all right, man, then he must really believe in his striking against a really good striker and JDM.
Right. Okay, but so I would ask you this. Who do you think has more to gain here with the victory on Saturday?
I would probably say JDM. The reason why is because everybody's favoring Islam Makhachev to beat him. He will spoil the party, and he'd probably spoil it for you too, because I don't think JDM would want to fight you, bro.
Chael Sonnen just leaked a private conversation he had with Islam Makhachev days before UFC 322. According to Chael, Islam hasn't fully closed the door on lightweight at all. Even though he is chasing the welterweight belt right now, Islam made it clear he still feels that pull back to 155 and eventually wants to move between both divisions, not abandon the one he dominated. And on top of that, Islam was also asked to name his all-time greatest welterweight. He didn't pick Kamaru Usman, like many people including UFC president Dana White pick. He went with George St. Pierre. Meanwhile, Dana put huge stakes on the other side of this matchup, saying Jack Della Maddalena might feel disrespected today, but if he beats Islam this weekend, he is beating one of the greatest fighters ever, and his entire life changes the moment that belt goes around his waist after a successful defense. That is how massive this opportunity is. Another key point to consider is that if Islam beats JDM and Ilia Topuria also comes out victorious in his first lightweight title defense, this super fight will almost certainly happen. Over the past week, all three parties, Dana, Islam, and Ilia, have strongly confirmed their interest. All right, let's see what Chael had to say.
I have to disclose to you, because I had an incident with Islam 2 days ago, and it really made me feel good. But he came in to do media, and he ends up in front of everybody asking me for a quick wrestling lesson. He said, aside from you, that I was the guy that he admired, and we did some stuff on the wall, and it made me feel good. So I was kind of showing him some stuff, and I was kind of showing him how to pull off, and I felt like he was at a higher level than me, but he showed me that respect. He showed me the respect to say that I want to learn this from you, and I actually do have a concern with a position from Jack that I've seen you in before. Okay, great. Next thing I know, Islam and I are on the wall, and we're working this thing out. And Daniel, even when I spoke to Islam, I could tell he was still thinking of 155. He hasn't fully let that go. He views that as kind of his, and I would like him to break up with it. I'd like him to divorce it completely and really try this 170 thing. I'm looking at him, he's big and strong. I'm just sharing that. I'm sharing that to foreshadow, because after the fight, I want to be able to come back to this topic.
After Cody Haddon pulled out of his fight against Malcolm Wellmaker at UFC 322, the matchup quickly shifted, with Wellmaker now set to face Ethan Ewing instead. UFC president Dana White addressed the situation, expressing clear disappointment with Haddon and his team. Reports stated that Haddon withdrew due to a broken foot, but Dana hinted that the injury might not tell the full story, implying that the real reason could be entirely different. This kind of reaction from Dana isn't new. He has often been critical when fighters pull out, especially when it affects big cards. For instance, he publicly trashed Arman Tsarukyan after he pulled out of a fight with Islam Makhachev back in January with a reported back injury, Shavkat Rakhmonov when he was scheduled to fight for the belt against Bilal Muhammad, and Movsar Evloev, whose serious knee injury sidelined him for months. Dana's frustration is consistent. He expects fighters to be professional and accountable, especially when high-stakes matchups are on the line. Let's dive into Dana's comments.
Both those guys, I'm sure, put in a lot of hard work and a lot of training to get ready for this fight, spent money to get ready for this fight. But I will say this, If he's going to stay in the sport, he probably needs to get some different people around him. He needs to be with guys that actually really know how to put on fights. That's what I think. Oh, not to mention the fact that hotel rooms in New York and transportation and everything else is very expensive.
All right, let's talk about it. My fight for UFC 322 at Madison Square Garden against Cody Haddon is canceled. I got the phone call this morning that last night somehow he broke his foot and he cannot compete. My new opponent is Ethan Ewing. I know as much about him as y'all do.
Just yesterday, footage surfaced showing Islam revealing that he still has a lot of weight to cut. Naturally, some fans on Twitter freaked out, but realistically, this is just part of the normal weight cut process. Islam knows what he's doing, and there's zero reason to doubt he'll make weight without issues. In a recent interview with Josh Thompson, Islam Makhachev opened up about his training camp for the upcoming fight, and he didn't hold back. He admitted it's been one of his hardest camps yet. Unlike his previous preparations, he had to start 3 months earlier, ramping up both intensity and focus. Adding a funny side note from Fight Week, Islam noticed Leon Edwards' opponent Carlos Prates indulging in Nutella pancakes.
I saw the guy Carlos Prates. He eat Nutella cake in the lunchtime, in the fight week. It's some things I never do, and I understand I bigger than this guy, I don't touch anything, other things which one the nutrition team give me, and I still have to cut much,
In a recent episode of his podcast, Josh Thompson, a close friend and teammate of Team Khabib, doubled down on the fact that Jack Della Maddalena is being seriously overlooked. He even revealed a conversation he had with Khabib and Javier Mendez, stating that everyone agrees this is going to be by far Islam Makhachev's toughest fight to date. Thompson emphasized that Jack's skills and relentless pressure, combined with a well-developed anti-wrestling style, make him a nightmare matchup, and the MMA world shouldn't sleep on him. We are just a day away from the fight night. Fight fans, leave your final predictions in the comments below. Who wins this fight, Jack or Islam?
After having conversations with Javier, having conversations with Khabib, this will hands down be his toughest fight. People are overlooking JDM. JDM is, from the time he came from the Dana White Contender Series, his scrambling ability is fantastic. His ability to keep his back off the fence and defend the takedowns. He is huge for the weight.
That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.